हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू 10 डेज। और आज की सीरीज में आपको बताने वाला हूँ गूगल कोलैब के बारे में कि गूगल कोलैब क्या होता है और गूगल कोलैब कैसे काम करता है। और मैं आपको इंग्लिश में बता देता हूँ क्योंकि आप अगर डाटा साइंटिस्ट हो तो आप तो इंग्लिश समझ जाओगे अच्छे से। तो आपको मैं इंग्लिश में बता देता हूँ और आपको जल्दी समझ में आ जाएगा। सो फर्स्ट यू हैव टू गो टू क्रोम एंड देन सर्च गूगल कोलैब। आफ्टर googling it you will see the first link which is Google Colab, and you have to sign in using your Gmail account. Here you can see I am already signed in with my Gmail account. So you have to go Google Colab. Okay, after opening the link you will see something like this. If you have worked previously in Google Colab, so you will see all the previous notebook. Here you can see that I have making the projects of movie recommended systems. I am using Camlet. I was using Camlet for data extraction. So all these previous notebook which I have created will be here. And let me tell you what it is used for. So first you have to open this. If you are new, you will be seeing this notebook while in your screen. So what it is used for, it is very similar to Jupyter Notebook. So if you have not watched my Jupyter Notebook video, which is actually in Hindi because which is for basic programmers, that's what I have made videos on Hindi. So in there you can write, you can explain your code, then you can execute it in the same browser. So you have cells, you can use that cells to write your programs or even write your documentation. So here you can see it works very similar to this. This is one cell and here this is another. Here these are the text cell, you can say markdown, and then there is coding cell. So two cells are there. And even it works with data scientists, like if you have projects of pandas library, you want to use panda libraries, you want to use scikit-learn, machine learning, random classifier, you can say logistic regression or many other regression, or whatever tool you can use, C1 for data visualization also. So it supports most library are already previously installed, but if you want to use external libraries you can also use using pip install, where I was using I was using Tabula, I was using Camlet, etc. So I have to manually install those libraries. So here I will tell you how it works. I have actually got the data. One data, let me show you my data, how my data looks. Okay, here you can see I have the dataset folder, and here I have three data. Okay, so I will be seeing top 250.csv. I will opening this file. Let me show you how this data is. So you can see I have this data, and here I have list of 250 companies, list of top 250 companies which is on restaurant. So you can say McDonald is on top at first. There is a second number, we have Starbucks, and then there is Chick-fil-A, or you can say Taco Bell, there it is. And you can see there are some missing values, you can say not available, which is, so we have to fix that too using libraries. And here you can see the sales, what are the sales that have been earned by this company, the company, not by this restaurant. Yeah, you can see YOY units or units. You can see headquarters, which is also a missing data, so we can remove that totally. There is not mention headquarter. Okay, there are few with the value and most of them are not available. And here we have segment category data. So we will using this data. I will not be showing about everything like how you can analyze the data. I'm just showing you a brief about how Google Colab works. So let me tell you how you can do that. So go back to your Google Colab. Here you will see file, then just go to new notebook and create your own notebook. If you want to use previous notebook, you can open your notebook, but you might have not have notebook, because if you are watching this tutorial, definitely you are learning how this works. So after creating your notebook, it will look something like this. First you have to name, and you can even change the extension, but I will assume that you don't change the extension, you just have to name the file name, which is untitled one. So you can change this to like I am using restaurant, so I was using restaurant analysis. .ipython notebook. Okay, and here you can see it is on full screen. So if you want, you can set it aside, and you can see the folder views also. So you just have to click here, and here you can see all the files which are working. And here let me show you that Panda is already installed in these notebooks. Most of the libraries are actually already installed, previously installed. So if I will use import JSON, so it will not show any error. You can see, let me check. As you can see, it has been exported successfully. And if I will use import pandas, so panda will be also previously installed. Okay, and but if I will use import tabula, tabula might not be installed. Okay, so here it will give me error that no module tabula. So if you want to use external library, so you can use pip install here. So you can just use pip install and then tabula, and here it will install the libraries. After installing it, you can see successfully installed. And if you will run the same code again, you won't get any error. So just copy and paste, and here you can. And if you don't know how to install the libraries, you can also Google that. Like I want to install tabula, so I will search on Google tabula, and here you will see, or you can read the documentation like how it can be installed using pip, or how you can manually install all this. So you can just use pip for installing the libraries. Okay, and you can access the file via your Google Drive, or you can manually upload it. Okay, you can just drag and drop here, or you can use the uploading code also, but I'm not remembering the code right now, so I will just drag and drop my file. Okay, if you want to use code, you can also do that. I will let you know. See, I'm just dragging and dropping in the file. And if you want to know the location of the file, you just right click on your file, and then you just click file path, and here you can access the file. Like if file is equal to, now I will say, or I will say file location is equal to, I will paste the location. So this is my file location. Okay, if you need to access, you can use either this whole string, or you can just use this variable for accessing the value, basics of Python. So you can use. And now I want to import some libraries. So I think I have already imported pandas, so I will working on pandas. So I will not writing full pandas, so I will use a smaller abbreviation like pd. So I will use import pandas as pd. I will be using numpy also, so I will use import numpy as np. Okay, so if you will not use as, so you have to use numpy full name. So I will just prefer shortcut. Everybody prefers shortcut, so that's why I am using this. Now I want to see the file. Okay, so if you want to see the file, you can use like I want to see the data. So I will say data frame 1 is equal to just pd dot read csv, which is the method used for reading csv file, and then just paste your location. So either you can click here file, and just you can use copy and path, and there it is. If you will not get any error, it means that the data has been stored in our data frame 1. So if you want to take a look in your data, so you just have to call the function df.head, and here it will list out top 5 data. So here you can see data has been loaded, which is the same as my Excel sheet. Okay, so you can compare this, and you can see how it is. Okay, everything is here. Yes, everything is there. And if you want to see top 10 data, so you can also do that. Just have to insert 10 here, and we can do that too. Okay, so here you can see that I have got top 10 list of the data. And if you want to get about the info, like what this table content, everything in the detail, so you can just call .info function, and here you can see that it has 250 entries, 0 to 249. Okay, 9 column it has none value, count, and data types. Like rank has 250, none value it contains, and data types it is intersective. 4. Okay, here you can see in headquarter we have 52 none values. Okay, so these are information of the file. So if you want to see, you can see that I am not showing you how you can do analysis, so you can use this. Even if you want to use like matplotlib for data visualization, you can also use that library, which is also previously installed, but as I already said, if you want to install manually, you can also install that. But if you want to use like matplotlib, so I will use import matplotlib. You can see it is already showing suggestion, so I just use autocomplete and file out this function. I will call that plt. And now if you want to see your graph, so first I would have to run this and see if it is running or showing any error. So you can see that it's not showing any error. So if you want to see the graph, you can also use the matplotlib library and get the graph of the data. Okay, like you can get pie chart, you can get table chart, or you can bar graph, or whatever graph you want to represent, you can get that. Okay, so this is what it is used for. Google Colab is mainly used for the data science and analysis tools. You don't have to use it for simple coding. You can use Jupyter Notebook for that, which I already covered in my previous video. But if you want to make a model, if you want to create a very big model, you can say I'm not doing analysis because it will take much time and I have to cover only about how it works. So if I will keep working on this data, it may take an hour or two. So I am not going through all of it. That's why I am complaining that I was just showing that how it is work, and I have used only code here. But if you want to use, you can also use text here. So let me show you how you can use that. So here you can see I have this text, and if you want, you can type here using MD file, like it is same as MD file. Table 2 heading it is, and there is table 1 heading. Okay, if you want to use, and you can see here also that how it is writing. So if you want to, like, you can do bullet point, bullet 1, bullet 2, or you can use bold. These are all the typing style of the markdown text file. So if you are familiar with md.md file, and you can easily write, you can write italic, you can write bold, you can write simple text also. Okay, so you can see why bold is okay. You have to use 2 lines for actually differentiating the text, like bullet point, and you have to send the simple text. So you have to use it by using list table of bullet points. So you have to use 2 lines for making a new lines. Okay, so if you will see here, like if I will use here 2 and then I will use here or 3, it will be in the same line. You can see 2 and 3, but if I will use 2 lines, so you can see it in different line also. Okay, like this 2 and 3. So these are techniques that I used in markdown text file. So if you are very familiar, I have already mentioned, if you are familiar with markdown file, then you can easily write this thing. So like if you want to import pandas, you can either comment or you can write in text, like you can say importing pandas library for accessing the .csv file. Okay, so if someone who is not coder or is not a good knowledge of panda, even if he will read this, he will know, okay, we are using pandas for accessing the csv file. Here you can also mention like where it was here. So here you can add a text and call it like checking or viewing the top 5 data from the .csv file. Okay, so by commenting, by using text and then you are writing code. So this is basically how it works. Okay, you can use your data. I have only shown the example of one data, but you can actually import, or you can use files, different files, multiple files you can say, and whatever your file you want to access, you can give that location. Okay, I forget to use the location. So you can see that I mentioned here the location access. But if you want to store using variable, you can also do that. Like if I will use a variable, it will also work fine. Okay, so even if I will load that again and then I will load it again, and here you can see I am still able to access and get the top 5 data. Okay, so this is what Colab is used for. Colab is used for machine learning project. You can use TensorFlow for image recognition, and you can use video for video processing. You can also use OpenCV. All the libraries are supported. You can here see that how many storage we have given by Google Colab. It is 69.47 dB, and which is very good for any project, you can say. So you can easily create a very high level project. Mostly I use for checking my errors here. If I work on projects, actually I first test here, I import the data which I need, and if I am successfully getting the data from Google Colab, then I just copy the code and just paste in my file, which project I am already working. So I just copy and paste there. But if I have to test the code, that way is code working, because when I have files with 1500 or 2000 line of code, so it is very tough for me to finding the exact function I am looking for. That's why I prefer this, and thereafter successfully getting the data which result I want, I just copy the whole code and just paste there. So it is very easy, and it takes very less effort. You don't have to go through all the code multiple times. You just copy and you just paste. And you can also see it has much RAM also, and it is not using like your computer RAM, so your computer will not get in trouble if you have very limited RAM, or if you are running out of storage, out of processes. So even it won't create any problem. So you can see RAM, you can see disk, so everything is in cloud, nothing to worry about. You just have to use this for your projects. Okay, so you might have understanding that what Google Colab is used for. So yeah, this is what Google Colab. It is very good actually, and I was actually liking it since the beginning. If you want to create any projects related to machine learning or data science, I will say, then you will definitely try a project here on Google. But if you prefer using Condas or using Anaconda IDE, manually installing all these things in your computer, so you can do that also. But I will say that you should at least give a try to Google Colab, and I am very sure that you will like it much, and you will start creating projects on Google Colab only. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel if you are new here. You can also see other videos which are related to data structures, and which are related to Photoshop, which are related to computer science, other algorithm also. So you can definitely explore my channel. It has very good videos. So you may find some noise in few videos, but the content I am creating will be very helpful for you. That's it. Thank you. I will see you in the next one.